why I'm out of Doctor Who. Hello, this is something of an impromptu extra video, obviously. I didn't want to do it last week because it was the anniversary. I wanted to put a positive video out for the anniversary. I did do a community post, and I'm sure many of my viewers saw that. I know at least some did, saying that I will not be watching any of the new Doctor Who. And I just wanted to put out a video, make it clear to everybody, and why, even though it's fairly obvious. Look, I've never been a big fan of modern Doctor Who. I love the original show. Loved it since I was a kid. That ended in 1989. I didn't much like the freaking TV movie. And I've never been much of a fan of modern Doctor Who, New Who, BBC Wales Who, however you want to call it these days. To me, it perked up a little bit at the beginning of the Matt Smith years, but again, it went downhill relatively quickly after that. I initially stopped watching in 2014 with the Missy stuff because we immediately saw where that was going. I did relent after a couple of years, but then, yeah, it went exactly where we thought it was going, and that was that. I noped out in 2017. I've not watched any more than a couple of minutes of anything from Jodie Whittaker because it was fucking awful. She was fucking awful. And, as I did when we're getting flashbacks to 2017 here. As I said when I made that decision back then, I'm not going to be hate watching. I'm not watching something I know I'm going to hate just so I can slag it off every week. A, that's not what I want this channel to be. B, I don't find that interesting or appealing. C, it's fucking depressing. It's depressing enough hearing about this shit without having to subject yourself to it. No. I'm sorry. No. Because honestly, this is... it wears you down. It wears you down hearing this crap. And if you're actually having to watch it... No. So no, I noped out of the entire Whittaker era. I heard all about the nonsense, of course, but again, I was out, so didn't care. Honestly, I pretty much figured that was going to be it anyway. I blame myself for being stupid enough to have even the vaguest sliver of hope that they were going to turn this train wreck around. I mean, New Who got axed in 2021. The last one coming out in 2022. It got axed because of how disastrously bad it was. A large part of which was down to the insane wokery of the people running it. Again, so bad to such an extent that the BBC freaking axed it and then only carried it on because Bad Wolf came swooping in claiming they could save it, basically. And now we get this. I don't know why I even gave it a sliver of hope. Like I said, I don't like New Who in general. I think Russell T Davies is wildly overrated, was wildly overrated at the time. He had no idea how to write the bleeding Doctor at the time. Like somebody said, the problem with a show like Doctor Who, you can't have a writer who writes someone, a character, that is more intelligent than they are themselves. And that's the problem. That's why Davis's Doctors were always such anti-intellectual, blithering idiots, spouting on about bloody pop culture that the classic Doctor would never have done. Because the classic Doctor was written by clever people, and the New Who Doctor was written by Russell T Davies. So from the start, I don't know why I even gave it a sliver of hope. I can't say I was thrilled with Tennant and Tate coming back, because I hated the pair of them. I thought Series 4 was bloody awful. Its veneration as the best of New Who does nothing but absolutely baffle me. But when we first got the things of the 60th anniversary specials, it's like, Beat the Meep, the Toy Maker, this doesn't sound too terrible, And then, I think the last month or so, it's really started to just sink down and down, as it's become more and more obvious that the 60th anniversary is basically a circle jerk for the Davies era, rather than anything that's really a 60th. Then we got that SFX interview where Davies, I'm not retconning the Timeless Children. I couldn't do that to the work of a friend of mine. He's quite happy to do that to the work of people in the classic series who were infinitely better at everything than him, intellectually superior, creatively superior, and morally superior. He's quite happy to take a shit on them, but not his bum chum who wrote absolute retarded shite. No, I mean that was pretty much red flag, massive bloody red flag that this was going to be shit. Aside from some of his, shall we say, questionable casting choices and the agenda he seems to intent on pushing every time he opens his mouth in public. But that was really oh dear. And then we got what happened last week, of course, for which there are no words. I mean, I'm truly just... It's unbelievable. It genuinely is unbelievable just how dumb these fuckers are, just how insane they are, and just how their cult comes above everything else. This is a show this guy's supposedly a fan of, and he's taking his massively oversized pants down and doing a great big shit over a huge chunk of it because the cult always comes first. And this is before a single fucking episode even went out. This was all from just a shitty fucking skit. I mean... yeah. No. I'm sorry, but no. No, I noped out in 2017, and I'm sorry if anyone was hoping and thinking I was going to at least... because I did. I thought I was at least going to give the specials a go. Now, if this is what he's doing even before he's even made an actual episode, do you think it's going to stop there? There is going to be nothing left of actual Doctor Who, the real show, by the time this fucking moron, this insane, overrated hack with an ego so large it can be seen from the moon, yet a talent so meager you'd need a fucking microscope to try and pick up a fucking... No. I'm sorry, I can't even, dude. Doctor Who died in 1989. Any fan of the original show who's still latching onto this, come on, man. Just come on. It's dead. It's been dead for 34 bloody years at this point. It's time to let it go and move on, because you are never getting it back. These weirdos will never get their fucking hands off of it. And even if about 10 years from now somebody with a meager amount of talent gets hold of it, they'll never fix all the fuck-ups that have been made, because we can't criticize one another in the entertainment industry, except for people from the past. We'll shit all over them, but not people we might meet in public. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to make this last week because it's anniversary and I wanted to put a positive one out on the 23rd. And this is not the main video for this week. There's a normal one coming up at the end of the week, but I just felt some people might not have seen my community post and might have been expecting that I was going to review this shit. No, I'm out. Sorry. I am out and I am not coming back. At the moment, I feel pretty pissed off, just as I felt in 2017. Hopefully, this will not I mean, I've got several months worth of videos already made for you, but hopefully this will not ultimately affect the output of this channel. I will continue to do videos on Classic Who, hopefully, providing my enthusiasm hasn't been completely terminated by this abortion. But yeah, no. I mean, it's a shame. I was going to save. I was going to watch these and save them one way or another for a review in like my year overview on New Year's Day. But no. I'm sorry. I've unsubscribed from Disney Plus. No, sorry to disappoint anyone, but I am out, and I encourage any sane actual fans of proper Doctor Who, original Doctor Who, to follow suit. At what point do you say is that enough is enough of this rubbish? I think this should be the point. Enough is enough.